If you love low budget indie chaos that quotes movies like it's a competitive sport, this one might be your jam. And even though I was highly offended 30 seconds in, I carried on. I got early screener access to Don't Push That, a fun story that blends comedy, murder, and sci fi nonsense into something that feels like a love letter to movie quotes and genre chaos. It's the kind of film that dares you to keep up, tossing out references that even the most hardcore cinephiles might miss. There's a little Clerks energy here, a little Final Destination attitude, and a whole lot of not taking itself seriously. This is a long movie on paper. It clocks in at a little bit over 2 hours, but it never feels like that. It never drags. Scene to scene momentum is handled well, and while it probably could have been trimmed just slightly, the pacing works mostly because the tone stays light and silly the entire time. The characters are where this one really shines. Dominic Graham plays Romy as a perfectly self-centered but oddly charming lead, and Tareen Royal's turn as Des ended up being totally the best kind of nerdy. Dahlia Simeon is funny and is surprisingly charming and just really cute as a button. And while some of the supporting performances are hit or miss, it honestly doesn't matter in a movie like this. Visually, these shots are clean, the blocking's solid. The use of color, especially in outfits, feels intentional and helps guide the story. Even if there are a few too many quick snap zooms for my taste, the effects are decent for a low-budget film. It fits the tone well enough that you never really get pulled out of it. The sound design is a noticeable step up from some of the early J Godfrey films. Dialogue levels were way more consistent, and the music absolutely rips. And it fits the chaos perfectly and adds to the fun. Originality is always a tricky one here because this movie clearly pulls from a lot of familiar places, but it blends those influences so well that it still feels fresh. It's playful, fast, fully aware exactly what it is. Hell, Godfrey even pulls from his own earlier work, bringing back my favorite Devil with a Blue Dress. I laughed a lot and found myself quoting the lines almost immediately, and honestly, I had a blast watching it. And if you enjoy low-budget indie flicks and the kind of slapstick chaos that you'd find in something like Mallrats, this one is absolutely worth your time. For me, this one's going to be a 6.5 out of 10, and it's honestly probably my favorite work of Godfrey so far. Right or wrong, weak or strong, these are my opinions.